Okay guys, I'm off heading to my workout class. This is a 9 a.m. class, so I have a little bit of sleep in, and it is also Friday. Yay. This is Keon, and it was recommended to me by my workout instructor who owns the studio that I go to. Muscle building, recovery, amino acids. Says to take 7. I only take 5 because 7 is just insane. The hardest class of them all. That was such a fun class. That is my workout studio. It's called Burn and it is in Brentwood. I always feel like reborn when I leave, and I always have the best days ever, so highly recommend. Make my morning smoothie. This is my Beast blender and I love using it the most. These strawberries from Costco. A few ice cubes. Normally I would add this collagen peptides, but I'm not going to because I put it in my coffee this morning. This is a new protein from Ritual that I'm testing out to see if I like. I actually just ordered it on Amazon. I'm trying to get better at eating within 45 minutes of my workout. Armor colostrum, so I just take 2 scoops of that for immune support. For some added fiber, I'm just gonna do a tiny pour of chia seeds. It's probably a tablespoon. By the way, we get this almond milk from Amazon and we get a subscription and it comes in a pack of 6. So we just keep them shelf stable and that way we always have almond milk on deck. One last ingredient I forgot about is my MCT oil, and that will just slow the absorption of any glucose spikes that we might have from the sugar, which there's not really sugar in here other than the strawberries, but either way, it will keep us fuller longer. So I realize I actually have all of the ingredients to make like that kind of like Hailey Bieber style smoothies. So I'm just gonna take some of my yogurt and decorate this and make it look cute. Cook down some strawberries, add some chia seeds and some wild honey. So I'm just gonna add some of this like strawberry jam to the bottom because we fancy. I love this. This is gonna be so freaking good. Just gonna add my smoothie, and I like to make, oh no. Oh, and it's not enough for my jar. That's okay. My channel is not gonna be my perfect strawberry smoothie. It's gonna be my real situation here because this is a disaster. However, it's gonna taste so freaking good and it doesn't really matter. For my toppings, I need to clean this up. Oof, a disaster. So for my toppings, I'm gonna use a little bit more of this strawberry puree, some bee pollen on the top for some crunch. Favorite thing to add to any smoothie is some cacao nibs because it's just like kind of chocolatey and makes it a little bit crunchy. Plus you shouldn't really drink your smoothies like, for me, if I have a smoothie in front of me and it doesn't have any crunch in it, I'm actually not gonna chew it up, and you're supposed to chew it up because you're supposed to have your saliva going into your food. And if it doesn't, then you kind of miss that whole like digestion thing. Oh my God, look at these beautiful organic strawberries. They were only $7 from Trader Joe's. Excuse me, I know this is missing the whole like stunningness, but you can only imagine how freaking delicious this is. Okay, let's do a taste test. Okay, fire. Super fire. So this is the time of the day where I sit and I edit my videos or I record videos. So I go into my office and I'll do my makeup. So at this point, I've had 35 grams of protein so far. Realistically, I should be hitting at least 100 to 120 grams of protein per day. I've been trying to front load my meals in the beginning of the day, and then towards the end of the day, I'm trying to eat less because I'm finding that if I eat more in the evening, then I'm just, you know, it's a downward spiral, and then I want to snack more, and then I'm full when I go to bed, and I'm full when I wake up, and then I don't want to eat breakfast. And you should be eating with your circadian rhythm, especially for women. I'm the type of person to not eat breakfast until noon or so, and that's just like not productive. When I'm doing an 8 a.m., 7 a.m. workout class and then not eating all the way until noon, I'm just tearing and like destroying all of the lean muscle that I was just trying to build, which is so hard to build. It's so hard to maintain. In the past, I would constantly think like, if I eat before my workout, I'm only gonna burn whatever I just ate, and then I'm not gonna lose anything. I just listened to a podcast that kind of motivated this whole thing. She was on the Huberman Labs, and I really, really loved that podcast. It was like 2.5 hours long, but I listened to it 2 times. Yeah, Dr. Stacey Sims. She's a female-specific exercise and nutrition for health and performance doctor. So she obviously knows what she's talking about, and she had a lot of insight on things that I wasn't doing properly that I'm now motivated to do. All right, let's go film a makeup routine because I have so many new products, and I can show you the lighting in my office. All right, guys, this is my closet / office. So this is my TikTok, and I go in and I just tap this and I film and say whatever I need to say. Welcome to behind the scenes of my makeup videos that I make all the time. This is how I have my little setup going on right here. I've got all my lights going. We're just gonna do our makeup really quick, and I'll see you after. If you don't follow me on TikTok, please do so. I post almost every day, 2 times a day, my makeup videos, and I'm testing and trying a bunch of new products. My office just feels so messy right now, and whenever my office is messy, I feel messy, and I don't want to feel messy today because I'm having such a good morning. So let's clean up. Okay, now it is lunchtime. It is officially, what time is it? About 1 o'clock. So let's make some lunch. It's the easiest way in the world to make steak. And I'm not gonna eat this for another like 2 to 3 hours because I'm gonna put it in the sous vide and it's gonna slow cook for a while. So I have filet mignon and I have top sirloin. The sirloin, actually filet. Let's do a filet. Let's go crazy, shall we? And I get this grass-fed meat from ButcherBox and I freaking love it. If you've never heard of a sous vide before, I'm about to show you how I use it. This is my 4-ounce steak and this is my boyfriend's, and I'm just gonna make both of these. Bring you over to my little sous vide station. We have this bucket. I'm gonna set this down to 125 so that my steak is a little bit undercooked. I'm just gonna take both his and mine, dunk them in the water, and then here I'm just gonna hit start. 3 hours is perfect, 2 hours is fine. The longer the better, the softer, the more tender the meat is. An old habit I'm trying to break is not snacking throughout the day, and what I find is if I'm snacking, am I hungry enough to have a full meal, or am I too lazy to make some kind of protein? Because if I have protein in my meal, I'll snack less, then I'll want less food for my next meal. So my biggest trick of the trade is just to snack less, is to make sure I have protein in every meal snack. Like right now, normally I would just go for these sugar snap peas and then I would have some of the hummus and then I would kind of overeat that. And then I would kind of still be hungry a little bit later and then I would go back for more snacks. So the biggest trick is to have some kind of protein with those meals. And that's kind of like my perfect, like quick snack. So eggs, yogurt, chicken, steak, fish, you name it. So steak will happen in a little bit, but for now we're just gonna have the chicken soup and stay satiated until the next time I need to eat, which should be in a couple hours. So I realize this is a very random lunch. It's midway through the day. I want protein, but I don't want to feel full. So this is kind of like perfect. I have leftover from my friend Heidi as well. She gave me like a super green juice. So I'm gonna finish that. And I also freaking love these olives if you're an olive person. I'm recently an olive person. I've never liked them before. Anything fermented is really good for you. So I like to have this, and I have about 2 or 3 and it's just really tasty. So I'm just gonna munch on some olives. Preface all of this video with, I try to not watch what I eat, but rather just pay attention to my glucose spikes and make sure that I'm kind of like always eating my sugars with some kind of fat so that it doesn't spike my glucose. I have a couple people here that I will recommend to you to follow if that's something you're interested in learning more about. Also, along with snacking, I don't want to eat between my meals. I want to give my body a chance to metabolize, digest, reset. So I don't reach back for more food before I'm actually hungry. I want my body to metabolize. So I'm gonna wait for a couple of hours, maybe 3, before I eat that steak. And that'll put us around 4 p.m. and then I'll have my dinner around 7 and then that will be it. Basically the rest of this video, my audio got messed up, some clips got canceled, but what I'm doing here is just kind of preparing my dinner. It's later in the day, it's like 5:30. So I have a zucchini, I chopped it up in little rounds, and I'm gonna air fry it at 350 degrees for 15 minutes with some garlic seasoning, some all-purpose seasoning, a little spritz of some avocado oil, salt, and pepper. And then for my steak, on a super, super hot pan, I put avocado oil, and then I will roast my steak, or I guess steer it, for 1 minute per side, and that is literally it. So it's 5 p.m. now, and this is my dinner, and it's steak that's been sous vide for 3-4 hours. I have a little salad here. A taste test of this steak, shall we? Again, Butcher Box, the best, such good quality. Filet mignon. It's so buttery. It's like I don't even need to chew it. Perfect every time. Every time. I'll have like a little sweet treat before 7 and then I'm pretty much calling it a night and I'm having some tea. And it's Friday night and that might seem boring to some people, but for me, I just know that that's gonna set me up for success the next day and the next day and the next day. And it's all about healthy habits and trying to reframe the mind of like splurging and indulging. And indulging doesn't have to mean consuming things that don't serve you. So that's my message and it feels really, really good.